Thank you. Now we move to our 2 minutes, if you'll set your clocks for 2 minutes, our 2-minute closing statement from each of the candidates. And we will start with Senator Huffines, then go to Mr. Prather, and then finish up with Colonel West. 2 minutes, and in that conclusion, please let us know why you are the best candidate for governor. Senator Huffines.
Thank you. Imagine, patriots, imagine a Texas where the border is completely secure. That you don't have to worry about the cartels coming over and poisoning your children with fentanyl and sex trafficking. Imagine, you don't have to rent your home from the government anymore. You don't have to rent your business from the government anymore. You can actually own your own home. Imagine a Texas where you've got confidence in your elections, that your vote's not being stolen, and we're not going to have government corruption. Well, that's the Texas you're going to get in the Huffines administration. A Texas where we can all be united together, working together. When we are united, there's nothing that can stop us, nothing can keep us from doing what's best for the Republican Party and best for Texas. Patriots, grab those swords of liberty and help me cut the chains of government. Awaken the sheep from their slumber so they too can help us restore the liberties that have been stolen from us. Awaken them to the power of the Constitution, the power of the free market, the power of Lord Jesus Christ himself. Patriots, this is our time. This is the time we've been waiting for. Join me. Go to donhuffines.com. donhuffines.com. Join me in this revolution of ideas, and the only ammunition we need is our love of Texas. This is Texas. We're going to get our swagger back. God bless you, and God bless Texas.
Mr. Prather.
I haven't opened any field offices. I haven't raised millions of dollars. In fact, I call myself as grassroots as it gets, which is politispeak for saying we're broke. My field office is parked in the parking lot. It's got a dog in the back seat. That dog has seen more of Texas in the last 5 months than most of you will ever see in your lifetime. That's the truth. We've crisscrossed that state. I came in from South Texas. I started at 4 a.m. this morning to be here, and I'll turn around and go back this afternoon. I love this great state. I don't need to dial for dollars for you to give me money in order to convince me to do a job that you need done. I want that job done out of the conviction of my heart because I believe we have a moral obligation before God's providence in Texas. I believe that it's time we get government out of our lives. I don't believe that there is a complex solution that can be solved while still being politically correct, and God knows I'm not. So folks, I want to make politics boring again. I want to do as Sam Houston said, govern wisely and as little as possible. Folks, it's time for us to get small, real small in a very big state, so that you have so much liberty that you'll forget the name Ron DeSantis. I woke up the first day of September with 666 new laws in my life. That's a weird number. I didn't want them. Most of them, I didn't want them. Didn't go to bed thinking I couldn't wait to get to them. In 1773, our forefathers went out into the dark waters of Boston Harbor and they spilt tea over taxation without representation because a monarchy had taken over and was oppressing them. Folks, it's time for us to go to Travis County and have an Austin Tea Party. It's time to get Texas back on track, and by so doing, get America back on track, because we're that last bastion that has the ability to do it. May God bless Texas.
At the age of 15, my dad looked me eyeball to eyeball. He served in the United States Army as a corporal during World War II in a segregated army. My older brother was a lance corporal in the United States Marine Corps, an infantryman wounded in Vietnam. And on that day, my dad said there's no greater honor than to wear the uniform of the United States of America. And he challenged me to be the first officer in the family. And so through high school there, and then also on to the University of Tennessee, on 31 July 1982, I became a second lieutenant in the United States Army. I took those immortal words that said I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States of America against all enemies, foreign and domestic. But the thing is that, what is a warrior? A warrior is a person that moves to the sound of the guns. And so even though after 22 years fighting on combat zones, 13 different countries, 3 combat zones, I came back home and in our retirement there in South Florida, and someone asked me to run for Congress. I said, okay, I'll run to the sound of the guns. Then after moving here to Texas, I saw what happened in 2018, and someone asked me to run for chairman of the Republican Party of Texas because we did not want to have a debacle. I said, I'll move to the sound of the guns. And then advocating for all of those legislative priorities, I saw the doors being closed by people down in Austin to you all. Disregarded, disrespected. And so someone asked me, would you even consider running for governor of Texas? And so I said, I'll move to the sound of the guns. All I'm asking to do is to continue to do that which my dad challenged me, to serve, to sacrifice, and commit to the greatest state and the greatest country that the world has ever known. So goes Texas, so goes America, so goes America, so goes the free world. Therefore, what happens here in Texas will resonate across the entire globe, and that's why I want to be your next governor. West4Texas.com. Thank you very much.
Thank you.